அனைத்து எனது யூடியூப் நண்பர்களுக்கும் வணக்கம். நாம் இந்த பக்தி சிந்தனா சேனலின் மூலம் இதுவரை 42 வீடியோக்களை வேறு வேறு விதமான பக்தி ரசத்தில் மூழ்கி வெளியிட்டுள்ளோம். யூடியூப் நண்பர்களின் ஆதரவும் ஒத்துழைப்பும் வார்த்தைகளால் விவரிக்க முடியாதது. இந்த பக்தி ரசம் ததும்பும் பக்தி சிந்தனா சேனலின் வீடியோக்களை காணும் அன்பர்களுக்கு ஒரு வேண்டுகோள். வீடியோவை தங்களுக்கு பிடித்திருந்தால் ஒரு லைக் அண்ட் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பட்டனை அழுத்தி தங்களின் ஆதரவை நல்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். தங்களுடைய ஒவ்வொரு லைக் அண்ட் சப்ஸ்கிரைபை கண்டதும் எனக்குள் ஒரு புத்துணர்ச்சியும் உத்வேகமும் எழும்பி இன்னும் நிறைய பல இதுபோன்ற வீடியோக்களை வெளியிட மனம் விரும்புகின்றது. எனவே தங்களின் ஒத்துழைப்பும் ஊக்குவிப்புமே என்னை போன்றவர்களுக்கு தருணத்தில் தேவைப்படுகிறது. நண்பர்களே, நாம் ஸ்ரீமத் பகவத்கீதா எ விஷன் என்ற தலைப்பில் இதுவரை சாங்கிய யோகத்தில் 20 ஸ்லோகங்கள் வரை ஆராய்ந்தறிந்திருக்கிறோம். இன்று சாங்கிய யோகத்தில் 2:21 முதல் 2:30 வரை இந்த வீடியோ எண் 43 மூலமாக நாம் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண பகவான் அர்ஜுனனுக்கு போதிப்பதாக மக்களுக்கு எத்தகைய வாழ்க்கை தத்துவங்களை எடுத்துரைக்கிறார் என்று காண்போம் வாரீர். ஸ்லோகம் எண் 2:21. வேதாச விநாசினம் நித்யம் ஏனமஜமவ்யயம் கதம் சபுருஷக பார்த்த கம் காதயதி ஹந்திகம். ஹே பார்த்தா, இவ்வாத்மாவை அழியாதது, மாறாதது, பிறவாதது, குறையாதது என்று அறிபவன் எப்படி யாரை கொல்வான், யாரை கொல்விப்பான்? இந்த ஆத்மா அழியாதது, அழிக்க முடியாதது என்று அறிந்தும் ஒருவன் எப்படி அடுத்தவனை கொல்கிறான் என்று கூற முடியும்? அவன் உடல் வேண்டுமானால் அழியலாமே ஒழிய அவனுடைய ஆத்மா அழியாது. Do whatever be your duty without having any likes or dislikes on this. That is, in other words, do your duty without showing much affection on it. Sri Bhagavan speaks, Hey Partha, how a person will kill others and will be killed by others. After fully knowing about this Atma as not destroyable, not changeable, not taking birth, not reducible, etc., Atma is inactive. As one who attained Atma Gnana, that is acting without Ahankara, he is not thinking that he is the Karta, that is head for everything what he does. No Ahankara will go to Atma Gnani's mind. Only to show this, killing and killed by others are taken as examples in this tattva. Atma Gnani will not think that he does the work, whatever it be. So, as we practicing Gnana Sadhana should not treat us as Karta while doing work which is allotted to us. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Upadesha, a sadhu Munishrestha was walking through a crowded street. Suddenly, by oversight, he put his foot on a dushta, that is problematic guy. He got angered and turned towards the sadhu and started attacking him without showing any sympathy. Sadhu got fainted and fell down on the street. His shishyas, that is students, immediately came there and helped the sadhu to get sharira prajna, that is consciousness. Then sadhu opened his eyes. One of the shishyas asked sadhu, Are you able to see the person who is helping you now? For that sadhu calmly answered, A hand which has already beaten me is doing help now. So a true Gnani doesn't know who is Mitran, who is Satru, who is beating and who is beaten by others, etc. Slogam எண் 2:22. வாசாம்சி ஜீர்ணானி யதா விஹாய நவானி கிருஹ்ணாதி நரோஸ்பராணி ததா சரீராணி விஹாய ஜீர்ணான் யன்யானி சம்யாதி நவானி தேஹி. பழுதுபட்ட துணிகளை களைந்துவிட்டு மனிதன் புதியவைகளை போட்டுக்கொள்வது போல் ஆத்மா பழைய தேகங்களை நீத்து புதியன புகுகிறது. வாட் இஸ் த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் பிட்வீன் ஆத்மா அண்ட் பாடி? ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ், As how a person takes away his old dress and wears a new dress, Atma also leaves the old body and enters into a new body. A person doesn't take away old dress from his body unless he gets a new dress in his hand. As such, snakes create a new skin and then only it removes its old skin. Likewise, Atma, before leaving from the old body, according to its vidhi, that is effects of its karma, creates a new Sukshma Sharira, which is also called Karan Sharira. As a hidden seed in a plant of a big tree, it stays as it is, and from this stage it takes its birth. This Atma enters into a new body, which is formed after fertilization is taken place in a female's body. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Upadesha. Snake and its upper skin after it has come out of the body are different. As such, Atma and Sharira, that is body, are different. ஸ்லோகம் எண் 223. நைனம் சிந்தந்தி சஸ்திராணி நைனம் தகதி பாவகः ந சைனம் கிளேதயந்த்யாபோ ந சோஷயதி மாருதः. ஆயுதங்கள் ஆத்மாவை வெட்டமாட்டா, தீ அதை எரிக்காது, நீர் நனைக்காது, காற்றும் அதை உலர்த்தாது. ஆத்மாவை உடலை வெட்டுவது போன்று எந்த ஆயுதங்களாலும் வெட்ட முடியாது. தீ உடலை சுட்டு பொசுக்குமே தவிர ஆத்மாவை எரிக்காது. உடல் நீரால் நனையக்கூடியது, வெள்ளத்தால் அடித்து செல்லப்படுவது. ஆனால் ஆத்மா நீரால் நனையப்படுவதும் இல்லை, அடித்து செல்லப்படுவதும் இல்லை. காற்று உடலை உலர்த்தும், அதனால் உடல் தூக்கி எறியப்படலாம். ஆனால் ஆத்மாவை காற்று அடித்து செல்லாது, உலர்த்தாது. Sri Bhagavan speaks, Ayudas, that is knife, etc. can't kill Atma. Fire will not make the Atma burn. Water can't make the Atma to be wet. Vayu, that is air, will not dry the Atma. In Panchabhutas, Akasha is inactive and stays permanent. So there is no debate about this here, and the remaining 4 bhutas will not act towards Atma. Ayudas come from the earth, that is soil. How it will act towards the unbreakable object, even when the other 4 bhutas are not able to make bhutakasa, that is widespread Akasha, into pieces, that is Vikara. There is no question of destroying Siddhakasa, that is Akhanda Mandala, which is far off from this Bhutakasa. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Upadesha. Atma is not linked with anything, and there is no bandha for this. Happiness, sorrows, papa and punya, etc. are not linked to Atma, but they will all belong to those who think that they themselves are Sharira. Air which comes from Jwalai, that is blackish air, makes the wall black, but it will not make the surroundings black. ஸ்லோகம் எண் 224. அச்சேத்யோஸ் யமதா ஹ்யோஸ் யமக்லேத்யோஸ் சோஷயக ஏவச்ச நித்யக சர்வகதக ஸ்தானுரச லோயம் சனாதனக. ஆத்மா நித்தியமாய், நிறைவாய், நிலையாய், அசைவற்றவனாய் என்றும் இருப்பவன். இதை யாரும் எதுவும் செய்ய இயலாது. Sri Bhagavan speaks, this Atma is not killed by any Ayudas, can't be boiled, can't be wetted, can't be dried. So Atma is Nityam, that is stays permanent. Atma is fully existent. Atma's existence is Sthira. Atma is non-shakable, so it exists forever. As this Atma is not killed by anything, its existence is Nityam, permanent. Normally, a Vastu which is existing in one place and non-existing in another place is not a Nityam, because it is Anitya in another place, that is non-existent. As it is Nityam, it is existing everywhere. Changing the place is shaking. As its existence is everywhere and no place is available unfilled, it is called Sthanu, Sthiravastu. Because it is Sthira, it is also called Asalam, that is non-shakable, immovable. Those which are not having the quality of going and coming back is called Sanatanam, not creatable, and it is always existing. Atma is not a word which is explainable, but as it is defined with different words at different times, some of them can be stored in some people's mind. However much stored in their mind, they have that much dukkha nivritti, that is relief from sorrows. Humans receive unwanted dukkhas due to their ajnana, and they lose their greatness. So in order to advise them that this sort of poor status is not required, Bhagavan Sri Vasudeva handled with these many explanations. ஸ்லோகம் எண் 225. அவ்யக்தோஸ் யமசிந்தியோஸ் யம விகாரியோர் யமுச்யதே தஸ்மாதேவம் விதித்வைனம் நானுஷோச்சிதுமர்ஹசி. இவ்வாத்மா பொறிகளுக்கு தென்படாதவன், சிந்தனைக்கு எட்டாதவன், மாறுபடாதவன் என்று சொல்லப்படுகிறான். ஆகையால் ஹே அர்ஜுனா, ஆத்மாவை இங்கனம் அறிந்து துன்பத்தை அகற்று. ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீஸ். This Atma is not seen to sensory organs, and his power is beyond the control of 5 sensory organs, that is 2 eyes, 2 ears and a nose. He is far from Chintanat, that is thinking. He is not subject to changes. So, Arjuna, you understand the concept of this Atma and get relieved from your sorrows and remove all such unwanted fears from your mind. Atma is not attracted by any of our indriyas. So it is called avyaktam, that is beyond the control of indriyas. Naturally, anything which is not attracted by indriyas will not get stored in the mind. So it is called asintyam, that is not a storage material. As we see air, agni, water and land, that is 4 changeable bhutas out of panchabhutas. The unchangeable akasha, that is 5th bhuta, is not seen to us within a certain diameter, that is it is Akhanda Mandala. In Akasha there are no organs, so it is unchangeable. As such, our Atma Siddhakasa also has no organs, and hence this has also no Vikara, that is changes, and it is unchangeable, and we can't see any changes in this Atma. Hence Arjuna, how could this worry will suit you? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Supatesha. What is the nature of Brahman? It can't be explained in words. For one who has not seen Samudra, that is, if another one person is appointed for explaining about Samudra, he will say that this is a very big and wider water area and we can see only water everywhere. So, Brahman also can't be explainable and it is far beyond our vision. Everyone should feel about this only with inner eyes, that is only through dhyana. Slogam எண் 226. अदचैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथाभित्वं महाबाहो नैनं சோச்சிசுமர்ஹசி. ஹே பெருந்தோளுடையாய், ஒருவேளை இவ்வாத்மா என்றும் பிறந்து என்றும் மடிகிறான் என்று நினைப்பாயானால் அப்போதும் அவனுக்காக வருந்துவது பொருத்தமாகாது. Even if Arjuna see Atma as not a Nitya Vastu and also as Atma is destroyable, Arjuna's feelings will not suit him. Sri Bhagavan speaks, Hey high-shouldered Arjuna, if you even think at any time that this Atma takes birth every time and dies, even then also your worries about your Atma will not suit you. Yet thinking that there is no one as Nitya Vastu exists in this world is Lokayadas, that is people of this world statement. So, Sri Bhagavan takes this only just for the sake of showing the people's image. Even taking that their statement is true, then also there is no need to worry. Whether a person is Astigan, that is in favor of God, or Nastigan, that is against God, is not important for leading his life. Whatever be his thinking and statement, he should not get worried. Worries are the worst thing which will destroy the man than any other thing in his life. Slogam 2:27. जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृत्तस्य स தஸ்மாதபரிஹாரியேஸ்தே நத்வம் சோசித்துமர்ஹசி. பிறந்தவன் இறப்பதும் இறந்தவன் பிறப்பதும் நிச்சயம் என்றால் இத்தகைய விளக்க முடியாத இவ்விஷயத்தில் நீ வருந்துதல் பொருந்தாது. Sri Bhagavan speaks, if it is true that for one who takes birth, death is certain, and for one who died, birth is unavoidable, then for the sake of a situation which can't be ignored or neglected, your worries are not suitable. Sri Bhagavan's above speech is for those who have not achieved mukti, as birth and death continue in human's life until they have desires, likes and dislikes, etc. No one can avoid death which he suffers due to his karma phala, that is vidhi. As per Nastigan's viewpoint, until there is karma existing in any person's punya papa account, birth and death will always be there, which is equivalent to quantum of oil in a deepa, that is lamp, until it is completed. Deepa which is burning will end with nothing at the final stage. As such, at the end of karma phala, man's appearance also will come to an end and no birth and death will be there. Nowadays, there is a viewpoint among the new Nastigans that as we make dolls with different types of images in black soil, Atma enters into different prakritis in different times, which results into birth and death, etc. For that, why we need to worry is their question. Slogam 2:28. அவ்யக்தாதீனி பூதானி வியக்தமத்யானி பாரத அவ்யக்தநிதனான்யேவ தத்ரகா பரிதேவனா. ஹே பாரதா, உயிர்கள் தொடக்கத்தில் தோன்றாமலும் நடுவில் தோன்றியும் கடைசியில் தோன்றாமலும் இருக்கின்றன. இதை நினைத்து வருந்துவானேன். ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ், பாரதா, Jivans, that is Atmas, do not come in the beginning. Then they appear in the middle and they are again not available at the end. So why do you want to worry about this? People who are born as bandhus, that is relations have come only in the middle. The person you see in your dream was not available in the beginning, and he will not be available at the end also. But though they appear in the middle, they are the people who are not going to be available permanently. So they are called bandhus. As per Lokayada's views, due to Panchabhuta's attraction, they have come in the middle for some purpose. They are not going to be present at the end also. So worrying about the people who have come and live in the middle would not suit you. So Lokayada's views comes to an end with these three slokas, and Sri Bhagavan turns to Atma Tattva Vichara again in the next slokas. ஸ்லோகம் எண் 229. ஆச்சரியவத் பஸ்யதி கஸ்ஸிதேனம் ஆச்சரியவத் வததி ததைவ சான்யக ஆச்சரியவச்சைனமன்யக ஸ்ருணோதி ஸ்ருத்வாப்யேனம் வேத ந சைவ கஸ்ஸித். இவ்வாத்மா வியப்பிற்குரியது என்று விழிக்கின்றான் ஒருவன். இது என்ன விந்தை என்று கேட்கின்றான் வேறு ஒருவன். வியப்பு என்று காது கொடுக்கின்றான் இன்னொருவன். இதை கேட்டும் அறியாமல் இருக்கின்றான் மற்றொருவன். Sri Bhagavan speaks. One person thinks and stunned to see that this Atma is something which gives interest to know about this. That is, how best is this Atma which can't be analyzed. Another person is asking himself what a wonderful creation this Atma. Yet another person is hearing this with acharya, that is, it can't be explainable. Some other person doesn't know what it is even after hearing all about this Atma. Atma is not the one which is visible like the other objects in this world. Even the opportunity for analyzing the objects which are sensitive to organs comes only to one person in thousands. So people who do Atma Vichara are only rare, and they are seen with Ascharya, that is Apurva, rare. Many people don't understand Atma Tattva because there is no mental balance in them. A light which gets distracted in a mirror which is fully dirty, and as such for people with impure heart and mind, Atma Swarupa will not enter into their mind, and they are in such a state that something they know and something they don't know. They think that they see Atma in Dhyana Avastha, that is in Dhyana, and when they are awake. It is quite natural that in all such ways like seeing, hearing and thinking, one can analyze Atma with Ascharya, that is interest in knowing about it. Even after seeing, hearing and thinking about this, Atma seems to be seen or not seen. In humans who have mind as a screen, who else know Atma as is available in him? Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Upadesha. It can't be said that Vedas, Shastras, Puranas and Upanishads have all become food which is pitted, because these are chanted by humans. But Akhanda Swarupa, that is Brahman, is not like this, because so far no one can explain about this in words. Slokam N 230. Dehi नित्यमवद्योऽस्यं देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं சோஷித்துமர்ஹசி. ஹே பாரதா, தேகங்கள் யாவற்றிலும் வசிக்கின்ற ஆத்மா என்றும் வதைக்கப்பட முடியாதவை. ஆகையால் உயிர்களுக்காக நீ வருந்துதல் வேண்டாம். ஹே பாரதா, ஆத்மா which is lying in all dehas, that is bodies, is not killed forever. So you need not worry about the life of humans. Here Lokayada's views is neglected. Above all, the final Siddhanta about Atma Tattva that is explained here. It is explained forcefully here that Atma Jnana and Dukkha Nivritti are required for a human being to go to higher stages. If a man suffers due to dukkhas, his mind will not even think of doing Atma Vichara. So only Dukkha Nivritti along with Atma Jnana will help a man to attain moksha. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's Upadesha. A man has a dream in which somebody is coming towards him to attack him and cut him into pieces. In fear, he screams and wakes up. On seeing the door, it was seen locked, and he now understands that nobody is inside. Yet his heart beats faster for some time. This shows his sign of abhimana, that is affection towards his body. Friends, thank you all.